I'm Hristo Kyuchukov. Originally I'm from Bulgaria, but I live in Germany since approximately 10 years. I'm a professor in general linguistics, and I'm also working and doing research on educational issues of Roma children and psycholinguistic research with Roma children around Europe. And I have been doing this work for the last almost 30 years. Well, during the Nazi time, with Roma children, there were done some IQ tests. Of course, and because of that research, approximately 40 children were killed in Auschwitz because the research proved that the Roma children do not have enough intelligence. They are not enough intelligent. And the conclusion from the dissertation was that they have to be sent to concentration camp and killed. There were researchers who continued to do IQ tests with Roma children after the Second World War. And there was a guy whose name was Hermann Arnold, and who was a Nazi, and after the Second World War he became a Roma expert in Germany between 1950s and 1980s, so approximately 32 years. He was dictating in countries like Germany, Austria, and Switzerland to young researchers, PhD students, MA students to do IQ tests with Roma children. There are a lot of publications on low intelligence of Roma children and how the 70% of Roma are with IQ less than 50 and stuff like that, which puts us in a situation that we are mentally retarded. Almost all the population of Roma in Europe, 70% is a big number. Let's speak about any test, not only IQ tests with Roma children. Mainly the tests are done in the official language of the country. So if the child doesn't understand, and the child is 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old, and the child doesn't understand the language of the country where he lives, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Bulgaria, and he shows bad results because of the lack of knowledge of the official language, then very often the psychologist wouldn't treat the child like someone who doesn't know the language, but they will interpret it like he has a mental retardation, and this is why he cannot pass the test. So this motivated me for the last 7, 8 years to do also parallel research with Roma children in different countries, starting from Bulgaria, Macedonia, Croatia, Serbia, Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Sweden. In all these countries, we did tests with Roma children in Romani language on the Romani grammar. And the children were very young, between 3 years old and 6 years old. And with this test, we showed that 80% from the children who were included in this research, they know the Romani grammar, and there were grammatical categories. We tested the knowledge of the children on grammatical categories, which are quite complicated. Someone with mental retardation could not master those grammatical categories in their mother tongue, and we were doing this in all different dialects, because in different countries the children speak different dialects. So we adapted the test to the dialects which the children speak, and they were very successful. All this connected to the culture, because if you test someone with culturally inappropriate tests, then of course the results will be negative, and you wouldn't think that the test is not okay, but you would think that the child is not okay. And I can give you an example. Peabody test is test with 4 pictures on a page, and one of the pictures doesn't relate to the other 3 pictures. And the very simple question to the children was, which picture doesn't fit to the other 3? And of course, there were cases when the children never saw, and of course the test is American test, it's developed in the US. And some of the objects were never seen by Roma children, and they would point the picture which they never seen. That shows the cultural inappropriateness of the tests. Well, being a Roma child, of course, I was experiencing the racism and the discrimination and all these negative things. And most of my classmates who were also Roma children, they simply gave up. They didn't continue with the education. They even couldn't finish the basic school, which is 8th grade. But all those negative attitudes which I was feeling towards me from my classmates and from my teachers actually made me not to give up, but exactly the opposite, to organize myself, to sit and to start to work harder. And then there was one sentence always in my mind: I will show you one day, I will do it. And this sentence was the leading sentence all my life. Actually, I defended 3 dissertations, because my first dissertation, which I defended in Amsterdam in 1995, coming back to Bulgaria, was not recognized from the government and from the Ministry of Education. And they made me to defend a second one. And then I became an associate professor. And then, in order to become a professor in Romani linguistics, this was my idea and goal. Although that I met all the criteria and everything, they told that there is no such a thing like Romani linguistics. There is no language which is Romani language, and how you can become a professor on something which doesn't exist. So all these kind of obstacles, they were, together with me all my life. Even today, I have to fight and to prove that I'm good, that I'm qualified, that I have some expertise and knowledge. It's not easy. Roma existed for 1,000 years. And they existed because they were fighters. In these new conditions, new situation, the younger Roma, the new generation of Roma, they should learn to be fighters in this new context in order to be successful, in order to exist still 1,000 years more. Otherwise, there is a danger that we disappear, and through assimilation, through discrimination, through gas chambers and everything. And we shouldn't think that this cannot come back. The situation in Europe, it's now so bad that all those things which happened 70 years ago could happen nowadays again. And this is the danger. They should be fighters. The Roma should fight. Well, the educational system should turn around and try to understand the Roma children and why they behave like this, or why they have this and that characteristics in their personality, instead of trying to adapt the children to the system. The focus should be on the children. The focus should be on the needs and cultural specificities of the child, the background of the child, and there shouldn't be just one system and that you have to be successful within that system, through that system, with that system. No, there should be a lot of systems that the children have the freedom to decide. The first system doesn't fit to me, and I'm not good for the first system, but maybe for the second or for the third. They should work 2, 3, 4, 5 times more as the average majority child in order to be accepted, in order to be recognized, in order to be successful. They should not give up. I know it's not easy when you try once, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then you get fed up and you say, it's enough, I cannot do that anymore. But there is no any other way, because this is the system, these are the societies.